Hi folks, welcome to a Commodore Amiga review. My name is Nick. We're playing a 3D shooter this time. It's the sequel to Zeewolf, which came out in 1994. This one is called, yes, Zeewolf 2, Wild Justice. That came out in 1995, published by Pinnacle, developed by Binary Asylum, who did the first game. Now, basically, you take on a helicopter. I think sometimes it's a plane, but mostly it's a helicopter, and you must blow up stuff on a 3D map and save the day to complete various different missions. Now, when I played it on the Amiga 500 setup, it suffered from a bit of slowdown trying to render all the 3D environment, so probably it's better on an Amiga 1200. So Zeewolf 2, let's play it on a standard Amiga 500 again. Will it be slow? I don't know. Anyway, it looks quite similar to the first game starting off. So the map is in the top left. You see our weapons there in the middle. We need to destroy this red cross type stuff. If you see a yellow cross, that's one of our own people, so don't destroy them. Good sound, it controls really well, very similar to the first game. It feels like more like a data disc rather than a new game in itself at the moment. If you had this game back in the day, let me know. It's over 32 levels. The original game tended to slow down when there was a lot on the screen. This might be doing something quite similar. So to get the best experience on it, try it on accelerated Amigas, Amiga 1200 and above. But you know, this isn't expert gameplay, it's just trying to recreate my experience what it would have been back in the day if I had it on the particular Amiga that I owned. And you know, already there's enough here. It's 3D and there's stuff shooting. I would have seen through how slow it seems to be at the moment. But anyway, Zeewolf 2. I don't think there was a Zeewolf 3. If you know a bit better, let me know. People have mentioned to me before a game called Virus, which I'm yet to come to, which is another one in a 3D environment. And I think when I reviewed Zeewolf 1, I said my favourite game of this sort of ilk is Hunter. It's not quite like this, but it's still a 3D environment, and you can drive all manner of vehicles, and it's a little bit larger. This doesn't seem to be using a great deal of the screen, and perhaps they knew they had to control a small bit of the screen, otherwise it just couldn't render at all. In the top right comes up what enemy you're up against. In this particular first mission, it's fairly easy. We're on a small island and we must destroy the convoy that seems to be on this island as well. There's a gradually going to blow up, well, whatever we hold dear. 32 levels, it's going to get gradually more difficult. So there's a lot there. You would have got a lot for your buck. You can refuel the craft at various places and get new weapons. You can land. You can do a winch down to rescue people at a certain point. Don't blow up your own tank. Our own tanks are blue. The enemy tend to be green. It's justice, and it's certainly a wild. Now, if you're liking your Commodore Amiga reviews, we reviewed quite a few. This channel's here about stress busting, really. That's why it filmed in the first place, and my stress goes up and down, so hopefully this is helping you with the nonsense that I speak. But if you want to see more Commodore Amiga reviews, they're all there in a playlist. Everyone knows how to get there, but if you're new, it's just for the new people. Click on my username, takes you to the channel page, click on the playlist tab, and Commodore Amiga will be there along with a load of other systems. So yes, this is quite reflective of how my gameplay would have been. You can control it on the mouse if you want to. I'm doing it on joystick here, so essentially it's up, down, left and right as you sort of see it. Well, it's sort of like up, down. The craft seems to go automatically there. So it's just forward and back really. It does up and down automatically. If you take your hand off the mouse or joystick, it will float upwards gradually. There we go, that tank's, they got enemy APCs destroyed, so I think we've got all of them now, haven't we? Or was that one there, I think? Or there's one left here, but it says they're all destroyed. Destroy this last one, and then it should go on to the next mission. I think the version of Zeewolf I had before was like a demo version, so it just went on and on and on, just showing you how the game's all played rather than individual missions. This time getting back to mission-based stuff. We seem to be awarded money in the top middle for stuff we're destroying, so maybe we can use that for, you know, upgrades and things like that. The heart represents the amount of hearts, amount of lives I should say. If you run out of fuel or get stuck, you press escape, it will abort the game. F10 aborts the actual go itself, the life. So I completed level 1 on my first go. I think weapon conservation might be a good idea in this game. I did go all tally-ho, blasting like a nincompoop. If you're blasting like a nincompoop on a checkerboard up and down 3D world, then comment below, you Polygon nincompoops. There's a Polygon nincompoop. Is that a boy band? I don't know. Well, anyway, there's the code there. It's Requiem, so write that down in your notebooks if you want to jump past the first baby mode. And now we're in Libya, I think it said. Again, the mission is the same, but we're in the desert, so it's going to change colours. Kids' imagination will take you a long way. Draw rate isn't particularly good, but for the era, it's okay. I'm being a bit fussy now, but you can't see much of the screen, so the map is pretty important. Looks like weapons, we've only got 20. By hitting spacebar, you can circle through the weapons if you've got them. I'm switching spacebar now, and we're circling through absolutely nothing, which means I haven't got any weapons. Yeah, I think I need to be a bit more circumspect with the weapons here, because I only started off with 20, and now I've got none. I've got no weapons at all in my blue helicopter of doom. Right, I've blown him up, but that's not good enough. I didn't really read the mission briefing properly, like a Wally. I should have done that in my blue helicopter. Helicopter shooters of the day. Well, TV shows were Airwolf and Blue Thunder. But other helicopter games you could have got, the Strike games, Desert Strike and Jungle Strike. Particularly like Desert Strike and Jungle Strike on the Sega Mega Drive. Amiga, the standard Amigas are always going to struggle a little bit with these, but it's doing an okay job for the era. I've got no weapons, so I try and crash into this pylon. Let's see what I can do here. So that's what you... I don't think a helicopter would have done that in real life. So that's what you would have done when you got bored. A bit like a racing game, when you got bored, you drive around the track the other way. When you get bored of this one, you can see if you can destroy the helicopter. I could try and land the thing in enemy territory. Does this look like Libya? You could not be serious. Well, Tripoli, that's the capital of Libya, isn't it? So you learn something new every day, then you watch this channel and you start forgetting stuff. If you watch this far in, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. That means you like this kind of stupidity. Well, it's nonsense really. We're having a bit of a laugh. We'll, as I said in a lot of videos, I'll tell you a bit of information. Some of it might be wrong, but it's all about nostalgia. And let's see him land on this tank. We're having a bit of fun. We're not taking it too seriously. We're the kids playing the game rather than the adult in the background shaking their head, reading the instructions word for word, saying you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. But having said that, though, tips are always welcome. You know, as long as it's not like about 100 paragraphs, which sometimes happens, and I ain't got time to read that. No one's got time for that. We're just having fun. We're just buzzing, and you know when you're at a party and someone come in and suck the fun out of the room. We don't want those sort of people. I hit escape there to try and I think I hit the wrong button. I hit escape to try and end the live, so my weapons would go up to maximum, but I think I might have ended the game. He's kaboomed. He's cut all power to his... Yeah, game over. Oh, man. We did have a poke, though, didn't we, called Requiem. I was trying to type it in, but this is being emulated, so sometimes the keyboard doesn't do it quite as it should do. But anyway, stand by for debriefing. Yes, start mission, I can't go there. So there's a password, it was Requiem, R-E-Q. I think I might have trouble with the Q on my keyboard, but I'll give it a go. If not, we'll just jump in back to the beginning again. No, I can't do Q, see? I cannot do Q. Where's Q? Oh, nincompoops. Yeah, I mean, in the times of the internet, you could probably look up all 32 level codes. So you can probably jump into any level that you particularly want. So that's the beauty of it nowadays. 1995, you had to go through it bit by bit until they were publishing the magazine. Now, internet search, you can get to any of the 32 levels. It's a good game. If you like the first one, you'd like this one as well. Even if you didn't play the first one, this is probably the one to get out of the two. Presentation seems a little bit better. The engine seems largely the same. They might have made a few tweaks. As I mentioned quite a few times before, best to play on an Amiga 1200 and above. You can get some fun out of it, like I am on the standard Amiga, but when there's a lot of action going on, it will slow down. Right, but you know, having said that, kids' imagination will take you a long way. Just have a bit of fun with it. Nowadays, of course, there'd all be different camera angles, wouldn't there? There'd be this angle, pilot view, tail view, chase view, close chase view, you know, points of view. Yes, make up your own views below. See, he's got a bit of shading there. There we go. Can't see any fish swimming about. I mean, yeah. And nowadays, you'd probably be able to land the helicopter and get out in a Grand Theft Auto sort of style-y. But it'd be good to complete. Good to complete. It's only one player though, so you can't go online or anything stupid like that. You can't have a two-player connected to another Amiga, and that would have been great fun. Two helicopters buzzing around, or one person in a helicopter and one person in an airplane. But you can see what's happening. We've got various different terrains, although they're largely the same, but they're just different colours. The green there of our island, then we go to Libya, like a deserty sort of place, that's yellow. I expect that's going to vary slightly each time. There might be an Arctic one which is all white, and various bits. So overall the game is good. If you're not into helicopter shooters, you might struggle with this one. If you want a bit more action, if you're a platformer sort of like person, or an out-and-out shooter that you want, like Silkworm, the vertical scrollers and the horizontal and vertical ones. But if you want a 3D environment one, something a bit advanced, like who's living in the future, this isn't a bad one. It's a thinking person's game. Reminds me, I still need to review Midwinter and Midwinter 2. But yeah, put your favourite 3D shooter game there. I might have already reviewed it. I haven't reviewed too many of this particular genre, but Hunter for the win. Hunter. If you've never played Hunter, I streamed it a few times, but a long time ago, then have a look at that. There's good atmosphere, that game. As we go over what looks like sort of like Lego trees. Lego lamb. Right. As I say, in other missions, you'll be able to rescue people. By hitting a button H, you'll be able to do your winch down and they'll get in there, unless they're nincompoops. Don't land in enemy territory. But there's not a great deal of stuff on this first level. There's not a great deal of stuff shooting at me. Later ones, you'll have planes coming after you, missile locks and all that sort of guff. Good. Thank you to the subscribers, and huge thank you to the members that are keeping this channel running. It is a struggle sometimes with work and, well, my internal mental stresses, but it happens every now and again. Sometimes you think you're in control of it, and other times it takes you by surprise, especially if you plan everything to the nth degree, like I do, and then someone changes the plan without warning. But that's just people in general, isn't it? So come to this channel, de-stress, share your stuff, and generally be a raving nincompoop for a while. Detach yourself from reality. If you've watched all the Commodore Amiga views, then well done you. I don't think, well, we're not going to run out of Static Spectrum views. We might run out of Commodore Amiga ones at some point. I'm not quite sure how many Amiga games there were. There was a bit of a homebrew scene, but it's not as lively as some of the 8-bit ones. I suppose it's a little bit trickier to design games for 16-bit. But what do I know? I think there's a lot more utilities that can help you. You've got a lot more time as to go into it, and time is a valuable commodity that not all of us have. As I go round, firing indiscriminately at weird tanks. They look a bit like that cybercar that Elon Musk did, so maybe we're shooting those. The cybercar with a cracked window. I don't think I can tell you too much about this game. You already know if you want to download it or not. You might not be here, you might already be playing it somewhere else, completing level 32. But anyway, I think I've showed you enough of the thing as I bump into that Cybertruck. Tough luck to the people in, it's burning like a Roman candle. Right, I don't think too many Romans watch this. Maybe they're time-travelling Romans, but there's, yes, as you can see, it's too late for me, my friend. I've gone mad. You might be mad already. You might be further down the road, but all enemies don't. So level 1 is fairly easy. It's like a beginner's one. You're learning how to control the craft. You're going to get more weapons later on, but you can't cycle through them here because you haven't got too many of them. Just this standard gun. Don't know what's going on level 2, but I think I need to be more circumspect in the desert stage with the missiles I'm firing. There's probably some more targets, so probably read the debriefing a little bit better than what I was doing, just shifting through like a man out of control, doing a quick review. Requiem. Right, the information that follows is top secret. There we go. I could have read it, but no, I didn't again. I was trigger happy. We're in the desert. Well, we're in the water at the moment. The map does roll around, so if you keep just flying off the map, it'll just go around the whole globe, and you're there again. There's some palm trees. You can't blow them up, unfortunately. They're indestructible palm trees. There's that pylon I crashed into before. But we need to home in, generally, on the red crosses. Here there's probably a place I can pick up more weapons and land and pick those up. But I'll just give these Tupperware boxes, or whatever they are, a good big blowing up, and then we'll get out of here. Zeewolf 2, 1995. Zeewolf 1994. I think someone said in the last review it's a take on the name for Seawolf, Seawolf, or maybe the show Airwolf at the time. It was called Zeewolf. Zeewolf. Right, let's land this thing and get out of it. So I hope you liked having a look at that. It's a fairly interesting Polygon game. As I say, needs to be played on accelerated Amigas to get the best out of it, but quite a fun to be had if you're into this sort of genre, one of the good ones. So I hope you liked having a look at that game, Zeewolf 2, Wild Justice, on the Commodore Amiga, published by Pinnacle in 1995. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, or helicopters? Let's throw that in. Then put that in the comment section below. It's your words that create activity and help the channel grow, so thank you for that. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
I think weapon conservation might be a good idea in this game. I did go all tally ho, blasting like a nincompoop. If you're blasting like a nincompoop on a checkerboard up and down 3D world, then comment below, you Polygon nincompoops.